I think we're up. I think we're up. I think we're up. I think we're up. Yeah, we're back. We're back. That was my bad, folks. I've got the new VPN that I signed up for a week ago, virtual private network, so that I can surf porn. I mean, it won't come back to me. So I can actually, I got the VPN because of Darren's little Fire Stick gizmo. And I noticed
why did you get the VPN for that?
Because if you go on the website, it says you want to have a VPN.
Hey, Horse, I don't think we're up, dude.
What?
We're not up.
We're not up? Yeah, we are.
No.
Hit refresh. We're up, right? Tell me we're up, chat.
Now we are. It wasn't. It just came up for me right now.
Right. That's what she said. It just came up for Ryan.
Yeah.
Anyway, not to get too technical with it, but if you read through the literature, it says if you do not use a VPN and you stream copyrighted material, the government is going to be coming after you. So, yeah.
All right.
So I know a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend who watched the UFC fights on Saturday night, and they didn't pay for it because they had a hacked device. And you definitely want to have the friend of a friend of a friend of a friend had their VPN on.
I think I'm just going to pay a friend of a friend of a friend to send me said device.
Said device.
Yes.
There you go.
Correct.
Well, don't send it to you. Send it to a friend's house. Because
it's that crazy.
You and I don't want anything to do with that, right? Anyway, it worked. That was the first UFC fight I had ever watched at a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend's house. I'd never watched one before. So, yeah. I watched that guy with the dyed hair fight some dude from Ecuador. Yeah.
Sugar Shane. Yeah. He had a good showing.
Yeah. So I watched, it was the first time. Are you stuck in line getting your shots from seeing my ex-wife? Stuck in line. Is this live? Yes, it's live. All right. So anyway, sorry about that. I've got to remember to turn I've got to either leave it on, which I think it's going to slow down the show.
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't. Anyway, but if they don't care, but I need to remind myself. I'm reminding myself. Oh, is it? Says Aaron in Seattle. The show is live. All right. Anyway, sorry about that little snafu. We've got lots of stuff. Let me tease the stories real quick. We've got a couple that made it from last night over into today. I made a horrifying discovery. I actually am interested in this story. I thought about this today. I made a horrifying discovery about my husband's tattoo. Now I'm divorcing him. I want to know how bad that is to require a divorce. That's
He misspelled her name. He misspelled her name.
See, I don't think that would be a problem. Then you just blame it on the tattoo artist. Oh, honey, I gave him the right name. No,
or she found out he dated
that's what I think.
Sister.
That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. It's someone that he got a tattoo of. It's something like that. And there's a story behind it. Like it was her friend, best friend or something. Former flight attendant shares exactly what happens if a passenger dies on the plane. What, they don't just open a window and shove them out?
No, you go down to the storage below. That's where you go.
Oh, is that where you? Yeah, there you go. Or they just put you in the big ice bin, and then they just keep serving the drinks with the ice. But woman's boyfriend disgusted by her gross toilet habit, but people are backing her. Oh, we didn't know the people backing her part. So they've actually updated that headline from last night. That's wild. This one's got me interested too. I accidentally named my baby after a porn star. I thought it was a pretty name. So we've got, that story's going last.
That's such a stupid story.
You might say it is. But what's interesting is, can we guess it? What would you name a baby that would also be a porn star name? Christina Canyons or something.
Candace. I don't know. I mean,
but no, it's got to be
names.
two names. It's not just. I mean, it's not just Cheryl because I'm sure there's 100 Cheryl porn stars. No, it's got to be something. Anyway, Bucks suck. Oh yeah. Let's talk about that. So, are you taunting them in the chat, or did they just come in and say that? By the way, Tyler's chatting from Discord and Twitch. He's multi-chatting.
About the Bucks? Wow. Yeah, the Bucks couldn't really get anything going last night. Dame looked like an old man, and the Kings played probably their most consistent game of the year, but they got the Lakers tonight, so it's really about how they do tonight.
You know what? I'm not a Kings fan, but I hate the Lakers. Please beat the Lakers. I hate that fucking LeBron. He can kiss my ass. Anyway,
he's
did you see
2-10.
What's that?
Against the Kings. He's 2-10 against the Kings since he's been a Laker.
So did you see what was trending about 2 or 3 days ago where Jeannie Buss, he sat down with Jeannie Buss and Rambus's wife, and Jeannie Buss put her head on his shoulder and she was looking at him like, and everyone's like, oh my God, LeBron's wife's gonna like totally kill him. That's horrible. And everyone was freaking out about it. You didn't see that? You want to see the video or do you care? Anyway,
no.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway.
I really don't.
I will say this. Jeannie Buss is still hot. For a 16
Yeah, you know who she's married to,
woman.
right?
Well, Jay Moore.
Yeah.
The Slam Man. That dude.
And for those that care, Sasha Banks is all elite. But it's Mercedes Moné.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. What's all that you just said? Who's Sasha Banks?
You don't know who Sasha Banks is?
I don't know off the top of my head. It's
the CEO?
CEO of what?
Snoop Dogg's cousin? You don't know about Sasha Banks, the boss? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, is she on wrestling?
Yes.
Oh, see, that's why I don't know. Okay, Sasha Banks. No, I don't know. I didn't know you were talking about. Love to see LeBron lose, says Bernard. Are you using a different handle,
I
Bernie?
owe you a couple messages, dude.
Wait.
What's...
He's also posting from YouTube and Twitch. So both Tyler and Bernard are multi-platform chatting. Mercedes Renato. Who's that? Also wrestling?
That's her. That's the same person. Same person.
Oh, is it a real name and a wrestling name?
Her real name's Mercedes.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Got it.
But Monet, I don't know about.
In a stroke of irony, that's also the baby's name that's named after a porn star, Mercedes.
Might be.
That's a stripper's
It might
name.
be.
All right, we got to get going here. I've teased the stories. Let's see. Ryan's got a video. You wanna talk about this video?
Well, it's a story. It's more of a story that I would like to.
Do you? Since
kick around
am I gonna
tonight.
play it, or are you gonna?
Yeah.
Talk
You
about
can
it.
play it. I play like a 30-second clip.
All right,
It
here we
doesn't
go.
matter
This
if it's
is okay. So as you can see, Anthony Farrer tried to steal a 250,000 RM. What is that? Rolex. RM.
No, it's
from
like
Scottsdale.
a Richard something. I want to say watch.
Okay, a watch from an
Um,
Arizona store, AZ store. Here we go. I don't know
Okay,
what.
so the audio. Here's what happens. This dude, check this out. This guy goes into a Scottsdale jewelry store and says that the most expensive watch that they have, you can just fast forward to a little spot.
Yeah,
the most
well, while you're
expensive-
reading, I'm letting the credits go so they can. Yeah.
Okay, cool. He says the most expensive watch in the case is actually his, and he said it was stolen from him a while back.
You know what this
And
sounds
he
like?
What's
It
that?
sounds like OJ. Remember we went up into that hotel room and said, "This is all my shit," and then held those guys at
Yeah.
gunpoint. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, kind of. And so here's the deal. He goes in, he's showing them pictures, the cops are there, and he's showing them it's the same serial number, the watch that he had pictures of. Well, turns out this is actually a legit Ponzi scheme that people do. They get other people to sell the rare watches, and then they pull something like this, and they do the rich person thing, right? The rich person thing. Well, I would never get it back if I filed a police report. So because I'm a watch enthusiast, I've got all these different websites where I list the watch stolen. And so in this situation, the cops ended up getting onto it, and the jewelry store was also onto it, although you wouldn't see it from the video. But it's like, can you believe people do that?
Yes.
Like, and by first appearances, if you end up watching the full 26 minutes of this, if I didn't just give you that background, you would literally think, holy crap, what a lucky dude. I can't believe he found his stolen watch in their jewelry case.
Yeah. So you're saying it's a team. Somebody has the watch and takes it down there to put it in consignment and then sends another guy to say, hey, that's stolen, that's mine. So it's
an entire team. The person that's going in to quote unquote look at the watch, the potential buyer, in on it. So the buyer's in on it.
Yes.
The only people not in on it,
jewelry
the cops in the jewelry store.
Yeah. Do I want audio with this?
It does. It doesn't matter. We've already explained it, but it's you can play. Well, yeah, play like a minute of it once he starts talking.
March 18th, I was here for a Grant Cardone conference. I was wearing this watch out. Went to a bar, was drinking, got fucked up. This was taken off my wrist. I posted it on social media and in my dealer groups the very next day. I put a $100,000 reward out for it. It's been posted on YouTube videos. And now all of a sudden in Scottsdale, Arizona, I even told him about it 2 months ago when it happened. I said, hey, if anybody offers you a Richard Mille, let me know. Mine got stolen. Pull up on see if I text you that also.
So they've got it all set up.
We filed a police report.
Yeah.
So we purchased the watch.
You purchased it from someone?
We purchased it from someone. We submitted it in Leeds. It's been in Leeds for Scottsdale Police Department. It hasn't come back stolen yet.
Because it's not stolen. All right, anyway.
Yeah, so the ruse is just amazing. So this guy ends up arguing with the guy in the green, even though they're in on it together. But if you watch the whole video, it's super convincing. Until the jewelry store people are like, hey, look, this is the scams that people do on us all the time.
Yes.
But that's pretty ballsy.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. If you didn't file a police report, you're not technically committing a crime.
Oh, I don't know about that, dude. Because you're trying to steal, so fraud. You're committing fraud.
But you haven't committed any.
You're trying to commit fraud.
You're trying to. That's exactly it. So what they try to do, and what this guy tried to do, was try to get the watch that day. The right thing that the jewelry store does is say, nah, you got to go through the police department.
Right.
Now, this dude can either file a report and then get in trouble for filing a fake police report. Yes. Or he could file a report and the cops have no idea this is a scheme and a jewelry store doesn't know.
Yeah.
And dude he basically pawned a watch and just took it right out of pawn.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. And
it was never his.
I mean, if you catch, what's funny is I saw the jewelry store and I'm thinking, the first thing I thought was, if this is some little tiny, but there's too many people around, this is like a store that would not fall for that versus a dumb employee at some little nickel and dime place that would be like, yeah. So they picked the wrong store to try this. Who was filming it?
Yes.
Obviously I haven't
watched
body
cam footage.
From
body cam.
Who? Security? Or
no,
the cops?
The police.
Oh, the police.
The police body cam. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. That's actually one of the nicer places in Scottsdale, Phoenix.
Yes.
But you think about the backstory, right? Like if he really is a watch dealer, right? If he really does have money, he was driving a Tesla that day, which is probably like one of those like daily rentals that you can do from a private owner. But yeah, like if you put all that stuff in place, it'd be an insurance claim for the jewelry store?
Yeah, hold up.
they really
we're
fell
getting a lot of people saying our thing is freezing up. So I'm guessing what happened was I've got to reboot the computer because I've got an IP number going to a certain place, and the VPN switched it to something, and we've got conflicts going on in my computer. So let me reboot. We'll be back in 2 minutes. We'll be right back. All right, and that means you've got to resubscribe to Zoom. The whole shit show's got to come down. So we'll be back in a couple minutes here. See you in a couple minutes.